What's going on, everybody? I'm back with another video. This video is going to be looking at how Aston Villa can potentially take away points from Manchester City on the final day and how Steven Gerrard can win Liverpool the Premier League title. Now, before we get into the tactics behind both teams, check out both my books. They're online on Amazon. There's links in the description below, and be sure to check out Efficiency Match in the App Store. So now let's get right into the tactics behind both teams. So Manchester City will no doubt dominate possession of the ball and go with their back four. Now the personnel that I've chosen might be a little bit different in the actual match because of injuries, but for Aston Villa, we too might see changes of personnel in their starting 11, but this is what remains to be seen. So now for the starting lineup and how they'll play, I think in the midfield third, it'll be the most dangerous for Aston Villa to then potentially create dangerous transitions and attack Manchester City in. We've seen Frank Lampard try a few different systems with this team, but I think for this match especially, the 4-3-1-2 structure will then match up most naturally against Manchester City, especially when they have the ball, and it could create positive transitions with the front three and the deeper line number 10 of Coutinho getting on the ball around the holding midfielder Rodri is then a very crucial situation, allowing Danny Ings and Ollie Watkins through the half space in transition. But now we also see some of the impacts that this shape has. Manchester City can occupy the space between the lines with three players, which then are covered naturally by Aston Villa and use of cover shadows. It then allows their back four to have more clear decisions to be made, with the fullbacks going into wider areas and the central defenders able to jump to one false nine of Phil Foden in this scenario. Now, it's important to note these are all just conceptual and philosophies. I think Manchester City will come out on top in the end, but this is how I see Aston Villa causing the most problems. Now, from here, we can look at Aston Villa trying to win the ball back. So we can have a press initiated from the wide players of Ollie Watkins and Danny Ings. Danny Ings comes a bit more narrow, and we start to see Ollie Watkins press from out to in using his cover shadow and forcing the ball into central areas where Aston Villa have a numerical advantage because of their use of positional superiority. Now, it's crucial that in this instance the press is done correctly, and when they have to use man orientation, when a player like Bernardo Silva comes deeper, they do so, because if they press and Laporte can drive the ball and simply find and play around the cover shadow or create the third man concept, they will get absolutely crushed if Manchester City are able to find these free players, especially if these free players come about in the half space. We also might even see more creative instances from Manchester City because of the nature of the press. We can also see more creative instances where Cancelo might move in a more narrow position, creating a double pivot and overloading the midfield of Aston Villa. This could then have bigger impacts higher up the field, with the midfield being overloaded with the double pivot, overloading Philippe Coutinho, and allowing a player to potentially get free centrally, and then from here it would just be breaks in the defensive setup all around the pitch. But these are the things that I think about when I'm looking ahead to this game. So with the starting position, I think it's the most natural to go with a 4-3-1-2, but the challenges I see coming about are especially from Bernardo Silva dropping deeper, attracting Sean McGinn, Phil Foden going more towards the half space, and creating free players in wider situations. Then we also see the flexibility from the fullbacks of Manchester City, able to then disrupt the press of Aston Villa and go higher or deeper or more narrow. So this flexibility makes it very hard to press using the cover shadow because of the tools given to the fullbacks to then break this press. But as we see, if the free player is created in an inefficient area and can't be accessed, Sean McGinn goes, jumps, and press, and we isolate possession, it could potentially lead to transitions occurring in central positions. And if Philippe Coutinho is able to get on the ball, we would have a 3 versus 2 entering the final third of Manchester City. So this is where I think Aston Villa could really hurt Manchester City. It's just about, can they orchestrate the press correctly to find these situations and exploit the offensive structure of Manchester City in a very fast manner. So let me know in the comments below if you think any of these ways or any other ways will hurt Manchester City on the final day. Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one.